For my second posting, it's James, by the way. So let's see. Where do we start off here? Do I start off talking about me or what? Alright, well, I'm James. I'm 28. I'm single. Have been for years now. Let's talk about the importance of being safe. Sexually, physically safe. That means talking about my life, which is always not that great for me because I guess I just have issues with talking about myself for the most part when it comes to this part of my life. I've been in several relationships throughout my life. Not like I can count them all in one hand relationships, but sexually I've had a lot more sexual partners than I needed to because I was really confused and really just didn't know what I was wanting or doing. So yeah, you could say I slept around in the earlier part of my life, like, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, maybe part of 25, I really don't know anymore. Yeah, I think so, because I moved here at 26, okay, yeah. So up until I was 25, so 3 years ago. And, I just want to be loved, kind of like most people want. Oh my gosh, my hair. It's really windy, sorry. So, I slept around, I guess. I would sleep with anyone who told me they loved me, because I had no confidence or, what do you want to call it, like, self-esteem, I suppose. So I slept with a lot of guys, I slept with some girls, because, I was in love, and then not really, I guess, what I wanted after all that nonsense. So let's see. A lot of what happened is that this is a tricky part of my life that I have to get out and learn to talk about. I met some guy, and he pretended to love me for a while, and he would do for me whatever I would do for him, kind of thing. Like, if he needed money, quote, being used, I guess is what you want to call it. If he needed something, I would get it for him, and he would take care of me in the way that no one else would take care of me, I guess, at the time, which is sexually. So, and of course I wasn't safe about it because I thought, maybe it just won't happen to me, blah, blah. And then I met a different friend, and I met a different guy, also the same guy, thinking things would be different, which didn't really pan out at all the way I wanted. I got used a couple times by three or four different guys. Throughout my life, pretty much guys have really just kind of used me for the experiment, which is not really what I want. I want to settle down and be in a real relationship. And so that's what I've been looking for the last, let's say, since I moved here. Maybe even longer than that, but since I moved to Arizona with my family back in 2010, probably longer, but, I really got serious about it when I moved here. I miss home, by the way, the East Coast. I love it there. Beaches, and you can be outside almost all the time. Pools and Funtown, Splashtown, USA. Oh, love it there. Aquaboggin, cool place to go if you live near Maine, or Canopy Lake Park in New Hampshire. Rock on, New Hampshire. I love you guys. Since I'm from there too. Pretty much the whole New England area I've lived in. Maine and New Hampshire. New Jersey, which is, I believe, is out of New England, I think. So yeah. So anyway, so I slept with these guys, and I've had some girlfriends, and I slept with them, and I was always unprotected because I thought, maybe it will never happen to me, and I'll never get anything, and I'll be okay. Well, as far as I know, I got HPV from sleeping with a couple guys unprotected who had multiple friends because they're retarded, and I'm stupid for thinking that they could actually love me. You know, I'm a big boy. See, I'm a big boy, unfortunately. So, whenever the skinny guys like me, I get kind of like, oh, yes, because I like muscle-bound men, with tattoos and sometimes with piercings that are sweet and innocent on the inside, which is my downfall, by the way. So I believe that we came up, or my doctor found out that I had HPV. Now, whether or not that's true is still to be undetermined to this day. They haven't really tested for it. We think we found a wart, but we're not sure. I don't know. It's a long story. So, sex got me into some complicated areas, which is not fun for me at all. And it's rough for me to talk about all that because I know that means people are going to know and people are going to find out about it now, and now I've made it public for the world. And my chance of a relationship could be even worse because I've told people. But I mean, you'd rather be safe than sorry, which is very, very true. You want to use condoms and you want to use protection, and you know what? Don't have sex. The best guy to be on. I haven't had sex since I moved here in 2010. I said so. It's been about 3 years since I've had sex. Any kind of sex, by the way. That means oral, anything a gay bisexual male would do with a man or woman. I've really looked for girlfriends. Ooh, girlfriends? What? Boyfriends. Tried to meet people. Arizona, it's kind of difficult to do that, especially if you don't have a car and you live at home. So yeah, so that's my story for this one. Just be safe. Practice safe sex. Practice being abstinent until you find the right man. You've been together for at least a year. Maybe a year. I mean, I know for a lot of gay guys especially, it's really hard for you to keep in your pants because, God forbid, I don't know why, but, just learn that sex, drugs, and alcohol are everything to your life, and learn that there are people that can actually really love you. I know that you guys have probably been through some rough stuff, or your teens that live at home and parents that don't believe in your sexuality and can be really rough about it. But just try. Make the best of what you can. You can always talk to me, even if I don't know you. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about sexuality, life. I've lived at home. I live in a Christian home. It's very rough around the edges. I help raise a 5-year-old, and it can be really rough living at home when your parents will never really accept who you are. I haven't got kicked out yet. It's probably coming, but they know. I've told them they don't really accept it, so they choose to ignore it and hope it will go away, and they try to get me to have girlfriends, and it's really a crazy thing. So be safe, don't be stupid. Wrap your tools if you're gonna do anything. Make sure the other person's clean too. Like, that's always a good thing. Make sure that they've been tested and they know that they don't have anything before you sleep with them, because promiscuous sex was great way back in the day, but there are things, and they can hurt you, kill you, prey upon your life. So, rule 1 is be safe. Rule 2, don't go out to the bar and drink every single weekend. Like, I know it sounds good and it sounds great sometimes. I've done that before, party animal. But don't do it, because then you're gonna, You're going to wake up in bed with someone that you don't know, and it's going to be all sorts of crazy. Life has lessons. You learn them or you don't learn them. It sucks or it doesn't suck. Just be yourself. Don't let anyone try to change you because, unless it's really, really bad. Like, unless you're into yourself all the time and, you don't really think about others or anything like that. I mean, that is kind of an iffy quality to have, but, try to be more outspoken and stand up for what's right. So, okay, I've gone on so many different topics right now, it's probably a little ridiculous. But I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you stay safe and be safe. Remember, love will come your way when you find it or it finds you. Right now I'm hoping for the it finds me because I don't really go out of my way right now, which is probably my own fault. Be happy, be safe. I love you guys, and I'll post again in a little bit later. Okay? Bye. Have a nice day, you guys.